yummy and juicy baked chicken with green peppers and onions. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is you're going to let your chicken set in 1 tablespoon of salt and water so that you can go ahead and clean that chicken. All that grime and blood and everything else that's in there, that's going to be pulled out from the salt. So go ahead and clean. Make sure you pull back the skin, pull out the slime, pull off the extra skin, and you're going to go ahead and rinse it. Then we're going to go ahead on and get it ready to be seasoned. And what I'm doing is I'm lining my counter with some aluminum foil, and I'm going to use a paper towel to drain the excess water from the meat, because it's nothing like having chicken that has no seasonings, or the water doesn't really allow the seasoning to adhere to the skin. So we're going to go ahead on and now take all the meat, and we're going to put it on the paper towel and let that drain the moisture, so that we can go and apply now the seasoning to the meat. Pull back the skin of the drumsticks. If you're using drumsticks or whatever part of the chicken you're using, pull back the skin so that when you season it, the meat, you will season not only the skin on top, but you're going to be also making sure that you're putting all that yummy goodness underneath the skin. And this is My Best Family Seasoning. I picked this up one day when I was at the store just to give it a try. And I used it on a rotisserie chicken that I had purchased from, I believe it was one of Kroger's Food Line. And it was really bland. So I put some of that seasoning on, and I also put this gravy on, and that was all was delicious. That's another video. So we're gonna go ahead on and put the seasoning on top, seasoning underneath, and now we're gonna go ahead and get it prepared for the baking dish. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this, which is what I use because this has a lot of seasoning as well. This is gonna be a well seasoned dish. We're gonna go ahead and take this zesty Italian dressing. I use this on a lot of zesty Italian dressing is not only used for salads, but you can use that on all of your baked meats. Like you can use it on. I use it mainly for my on chicken. So I'm going to place my drumsticks into my baking dish. There's no certain way of doing it. Just place it in there. I have 8 drumsticks, so I am placing all of them into the dish. And even though it has seasoning, that's not enough for me because I don't know. When you bake chicken, for some reason, you can put seasoning on, but if you don't put the right amount, that chicken is going to be bland. So, as you can see, that's well seasoned. That's the way it needs to look. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to prepare this. Oh, yep, that's right. Let's go ahead and put now some additional marinade on top with that zesty Italian dressing. And then after this, we're getting ready to I'm using some saran wrap to wrap this up with, so that we're going to stick this in the refrigerator, so that 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 goodness from the seasoning pack and the dressing, that will that flavor will be absorbed into the meat. So you can marinate it for 15-20 minutes. I marinated mine 15-20 minutes. I marinated mine for 24 hours. Take it out of the refrigerator, and then you're going to go ahead on and just, um, you know, turn it over, reposition it, stir up some of that marinade, and uh, put it on top of the skin. So now we're getting ready to prepare for the vegetables, which is the peppers. You don't have to use peppers. You can just make, from that point, you could have just put it into the oven, but I love to put in bell peppers and onions. So I'm using my green peppers, red peppers, and orange peppers. All of them are delicious. And plus, putting the variety of peppers in your dish, it gives it not only flavor, but it also gives it color. So when you take it out of the oven, it's going to have those colors of green, red, and orange. Instead of you just having drumsticks in a dish, it's going to look very appealing to the eye. So we're going to cut these up. Actually, we're going to slice them. Cut them all into slices. Okay. And now what we're getting ready to do is do the same thing with the onion. We're going to slice this up and put it into the plate so that we can prepare this now in a few minutes to go into the oven. So here we go. Everything's all sliced and ready to be layered on top of the meat. Yes, you can tell I'm a foodie because I take my time, and even though there's a way that certain people would have just done this preparation a different way, I take my time and I make sure that everything is going to be seasoned, flavorful, and good. So I just stirred up everything, and I realized now that, wait a minute, we need a little bit more of the seasoning pack on top. So as you can see, I've always expressed seasoning in the meat to make sure when this comes out of the oven, it's going to be flavorful. So we can see now that it's flavorful, it looks flavorful, and now it's time to go into the oven. We're going to put this in the oven. We're going to first, you preheat your oven, 350 degrees. And we're going to put this in the oven for an hour. After that, we're going to take it out, stir everything up, mix everything, stir everything, flip the chicken over, and then we're going to put it right back in that oven. This time we're going to broil it. So we're going to increase the heat to 500, 550 degrees. And this is going to be only for 5 to 7 minutes until it's slightly browned. Give it a little bit of color. When you take it out of the oven, it's going to have a little color to it. So this is how it looks. Delicious. Well prepared. Baked chicken, peppers, and onion.